Welcome to Papa Junk Shop. Some of you that watch my channel regular remember last spring I bought this drill press at the auction. Paid $7.50 for it. And you know, I don't really need another drill press, but you know how it is. It's a disease. So decided to get it out and start working on it. I didn't think it was worthy of a video, but I don't know. I guess I'll make it tricky here. It's going to tear it completely down and go through it all, but I changed my mind. Several reasons, because there's really no reason to tear it down. It works fine. I've used it to drill holes while it was sitting there on the floor. But it was a mess, you know, as far as clean goes. And as you can see, I'm assuming it was used in the factory because all these holes are drilled and tapped, and they must have been the whole jigs for drilling things. And one unique thing about it is that instead of moving the table up and down, you move the whole assembly up and down, which sometimes is an advantage, because if you can't make it through something in one pass, you know, you've got your base mounted down here, with the ones at the table raise up and down, when you go to raise that table up and down, it's pretty hard to keep it right directly in line. With this, everything can stay put. You just lower this down. You know, not a really big deal, but you know, could be nice. So this is the old casting used to put that coating on there. I've sanded a lot of that off, getting it all cleaned up. Heavy little beast. So the motor, this is the motor they had on it. It's an old GE, and they had just house wiring Romex, and they had this box mounted down here, which is fine. I'll probably use that again, but I'm going to get rid of this wire and put, you know, the right kind on it. And the motor mount is something somebody fabricated up, and it was in there, and it was only two mounting holes. The motor was off to the side. It should be here. And this is, you know, flopped around every which way. So I decided that we needed to address that. So I had an old piece of 1-inch square solid material, and I took some measurements here and took it over on the mill and milled it to fit in the slot. So now we got a good one that doesn't wiggle all over the place. I got to make a plate for here with the 4 holes for the motor, and then there's a they just had a Allen head cap screw in there to tighten it down. I'll probably make something, or maybe just use this, drill a hole through it, put a handle on it so you don't have to mess around trying to find an Allen wrench and stuff when you want to change it. And I was going to put a step pulley on here, but probably won't be able to see it, but somebody's trying to get that off and they got it all butchered up. So I'm just going to leave that. 2 speeds I think is going to be enough. If I really wanted to, this is kind of an odd size, you could put a step pulley on there, right on here, just leave this there. But for what I'm going to use it for, I don't think it's necessary. So like I say, it all works really good. It's got a pretty good stroke too. So I'm going to keep plugging away, getting it cleaned up and making this mount and stuff. And I'll show you when I get a little further along. So in the process of doing more cleaning up and discovery portion of it, I found these two screws were here and here, and this is so you could take up the slack here. And these are 1024. They had 832 screws in from this way, and it takes a 1024 screw this way. So this didn't have any, wasn't working at all because you couldn't pinch anything, and they were just stuck in there. They didn't thread into anything. Why would somebody do that? So there's a couple of oil holes here to lubricate this. This whole stuff was pretty well thought out. And then I was kind of curious about the bearings in here, how you would lubricate them. And I found there's a little oiler with a ball in it right up there. So that's how you oil that one. So just a couple discoveries I made, thought you might like to see. Now making some more progress on the old drill press. Threw a coat of my favorite paint on it with a brush. The Sherwin-Williams industrial enamel from what, 25-30 years ago. So got her cleaned up, got some paint on her. Got my motor mount made, got the motor mounted on it, and got some decent cord on there instead of the house Romex. And let's see, what else have I accomplished? Oh, I made this handle here for tightening up the slide on the motor. I got some slots here on this bracket so we can move it up and down if necessary. So getting started on getting this box mounted back on. I got the cords running placed. I gotta get gonna put some ring terminals on here to go underneath these mounting screws for the ground connection. So get the switch back in the plate on it. So I think I'm gonna do that next. And look up a belt, and you ought to be able to turn her on and see how she goes. Well, the turn it on and see how it goes didn't go so well. This motor, which was originally on it, was only a 6 horsepower, but I did drill with it and it seemed like I had enough power. But since I cleaned it up, cleaned the brushes and the slip rings and everything up, when I plugged it in, my garages run on the inverter here with the solar power, and when I turn it on, the surge was so big on it, it shut my inverter down. And I thought, you know, I had a wire touch in someplace or something. I tried it, like, checked everything out, tried it 3 or 4 times, every time same thing. So I think that maybe cleaning up the slip rings that were real crappy actually made it so that it starts quicker and, you know, draws a lot more. So I went up in my collection and I found a 1/2 horsepower capacitor start. So it fit on there alright. And the belt is not quite level, as you can see, and I stacked another pulley up here because I couldn't come up with a you know, step pulley to match this one, so I just threw another one up there. So with this length of belt, I can run it on either either pulley and it still works fine. So I guess you could say I actually have 4 speeds now, because I had 2 speeds here. If I move it up here, I got 2 speeds here. So you can turn it on here. Runs fine. Everything turned out good. So let me throw you on a tripod and we'll drill a hole. Well, made another discovery. The chuck only goes to 3/8. I thought it was a 1/2 inch chuck. Alright, no matter. It's all good. I just got a scrap piece of angle iron here. Let's see. Yeah, we can reach alright. Yeah, this thing here moves really nice. Actually, it turned out better than I expected. There we go. Works great. So, now the hard part, find a place to put it. I guess we'll call this a video. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. I wish I could get some more thumbs up and some comments, because it sure helps the channel out. But I guess it is what it is. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.